Okay. Why doesn't show me as the first? You see yourself, right?
Yeah, I can see myself and I see you that you're recording.
Okay, I'm now pinned to the page. But last time, remember, it was maybe if you mute at some point, then but you don't have to. I don't know. Okay. Hi everyone. This is Saeed. I am from FemCare Marketing, and with Zero tonight we are going to talk about how we can increase the conversion by taking care of our website, basically the essentials of our website, and fix the most common issues. We have worked really hard and have practiced a lot for this webinar. We hope that this adds some value to you, and you will get something out of it when you go home after this webinar. So you will have some new ideas and new insights about what to do and what not to do, what needs to be done on your website, so you can grow your practice, engage with patients more, convert them more, and follow up with them more. So I am the founder and CEO of FemCare Marketing and I Care Better. My background is an MD MBA, and I have Zero here. Zero is our marketing manager. Zero, do you want to say a few words?
Hi everyone, I'm Zaira Said said. I'm a publicist and a master in digital marketing and the digital marketing manager for FemCare.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zero. And I am going to go ahead and share my screen and start the presentation. Okay, and let me pin. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's jump into it and get some value out of the time that we are putting here. As I mentioned, it's about how to optimize your website for maximum conversion and lead flow. And I am Saeed, and with Zaira, we are going to present this webinar to you, and we really hope that you will enjoy watching this and you will get something out of this conversation. And this session is being recorded, so in the future you can watch it and it will be published online. So let's start by, why does your website deserve your attention and your time, right? Like everything in your practice around you in the community, why does your website deserve your attention at this moment? I think the answer to this is clear. Just for putting us on the same page and giving some context to this conversation, let's review some of the reasons that the website is a critical component and why it deserves the attention. It's like, the first one is, it's your first interaction between your practice and your potential patient happens on the website. So you want to make sure your first impression is impressive and is reassuring and is authentic and is ethical, and it helps patients to make the right decision to work with you. It's a 24/7 sales and marketing machine. You don't have to pay the insurance for it. You don't have to give vacation. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't come with drama, with some breakup, some family problems. It's a website. It helps 24/7. You don't have to worry about anything. So it's a very important piece of your business, and you have to take care of it because it can really help. The other reason that you need to take care of it is that technology and users' behavior constantly change. So if your website was updated more than a year ago, significant update, it's already outdated. So it's worth that you look at your website right now and see what it needs and what it doesn't need anymore, based on the current needs of the customers or consumer behaviors, which we are going to show you in a few minutes. So you might ask, like, why you need to listen to me? Who are we? Who am I to be the person sitting here telling you what to do? I am the founder of Femcare Marketing and I Care Better and Endometriosis AI. I have the background. I'm an MD, MBA, and Masters in Digital Technology. And I have grown our own platform, which is a patient-directed platform, to over 1,000 patients per day. And we have helped multiple practices, 10 plus practices cross $1 million in annual revenue. And we have been in this space of endometriosis, pelvic pain, and other women's conditions more than 7 years. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can go to femcaremarketing.com/consult and get in touch with our team. So the agenda for this conversation, for this workshop is, first, I'm going to give you some introduction about the concept, what the path has been so far, where we're coming from and where we're going. And then Zaira is going to tell you the 5 essential website elements that turns visitors into patients. So you want to make sure you have that 5 elements. She's going to tell you where to place the call to actions and other essential elements of your website, like phone number, trust signals on the website. And also she's going to talk about how to re-engage your visitors who don't book the first time. Remember, a lot of patients don't book the first time they visit your website. They need 5 to 10 interactions with you and your team and your website and your messaging to feel confident enough to come to you. So after that, we're going to go back to conclusion and discuss what's next. What's the next step from here? So from the last webinar, we presented this framework, which we call it accelerated growth model. It starts with driving leads, maximize conversion, and optimize the results. There is so much to unpack here. We are going to go into every one of these pieces in depth in the future, but now the focus is going to be on websites, right? We want to maximize the conversions on the website, because that, we have learned, is like the most troubling part in a lot of our partners and a lot of our potential partners' websites that we have reviewed and studied. So we thought, let's tackle the most burning problem first. And so, you know, that accelerated growth model typically leads us to this roadmap, which should drive leads by different paths, organic, paid, or databases, then maximize conversion and optimize results. Where we are going to focus is the website, right? It's the same idea, but this is a different way of presenting it, that we work based on this framework most of the time. And this whole like accelerated growth model is basically part of this digital dominance method framework that we presented and we have brought to the community. And we ourselves stole it from a great friend and great mentor. So you see, the SEO conversion is number 1 in this whole method, in this whole framework. So that's where we are going to focus on, the convert. The rest we are going to definitely focus on in the future, but now let's just focus on the convert. So the reason I'm showing you all these frameworks and why we are reviewing this from the past is that just to tell you how important this is in our entire philosophy of marketing, and it needs to be the center of your attention when you are thinking about how to grow your practice and your patient flow. All right, with that introduction, let's do some housekeeping right now, right here. If you're here because you're thinking about the business of your practice and you want to grow the business of your practice, practice is to help patients, right? But it's also a business. It needs to survive. It needs to sustain and make you money, so you'll be able to pay your staff and deliver good care to your patients. So if that's the purpose of you being here, let's focus on the business. And with that, turn off the cell phones, meaning put them on silent, put them aside, don't scroll, don't chat, don't check your Instagram, close all your chat boxes, chat apps. If you're talking to patients, to your staff, finish that and then just focus on this. Close your EMR, don't scroll through images, don't scroll through other reports, other patient reports. Now is your 1 hour, 60 minutes to focus on your practice and your business and decide what you want to do next, so your practice grow and you bring more patients to help them, okay? If you are serious about doubling or tripling the leads, I think the next 60 minutes is going to be very, very critical for you. Not because you're listening to me, but because you are thinking about your practice based on the framework that we're going to give you. So let's focus and cut out every distraction from here. So first, I'm going to talk about the biggest trends in the market right now about the website optimization conversion. You should know that over 50% of your visitors are coming with their mobile devices. So your website obviously needs to be mobile optimized. And these are reports that Google says 61% of users are unlikely to return if they have trouble accessing it via their cell phone. So if you are not optimized for a cell phone, you're basically cutting your own lifeline. Just make sure you have that covered. The next trend is that speed and performance has become extremely important for patients' behaviors. And as you can see, patient users, consumers in general, they expect to open a website in less than 3 seconds. So if your loading is over that, it's really harming your business. And by increasing your increasing your time to load, meaning slowing down your website, your chance of conversion is going down basically per second. And if your website loads in under 2 seconds, you have 15% higher conversion rate based on Google data. The other thing that you need to think is about contact and lead capture optimization, right? You need to have a clear call to action on your website that someone who is in your website can see it the first thing. That increases your conversion by 30%. So you see, there's a lot of data here. You can take a screenshot here and go read them. I don't want to give all this data. You can just read them and take a screenshot. But just in general, make sure you have a live chat because that increases your lead conversion. Make sure you have a clear call to action that increases your conversion, and these things are going to basically improve your business. Also, you want to have your reviews and trust factors on your homepage, right? You want to make sure if you have good Google reviews or Yelp reviews, you want to make sure you put them on your website. That's the authentication factor. Patients really read these reviews as if their friends have given it to them. The next trend is video and visual engagement. Your landing pages, your first page, your final page before patient converts need to have some video so patients can watch the video and connect with you. And also, I already mentioned you need to have chatbots and AI-driven lead capture. This means basically you don't need a human. You just need to install a chatbot. The price is very affordable, but patients start interacting with them. And these chatbots are very efficient. They can give very accurate answers. And when they run into trouble, they can lead the patient to a form which they send an email. So it's very, very efficient to increase your lead conversions and reduce your drops, basically. So, your website, as you can imagine, you might go do marketing on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all these social platforms, but the website is the hub. You are bringing patients from every piece of the internet, every part of the internet to your website, so you can talk to your patients and convert them, right? So that's why your website is considered the central hub of your digital presence. So you need to focus on it and make sure it works. And why is conversion so important in terms of business, right? In terms of pure numbers, simple numbers. Numbers are the simplest thing to think about, and they never lie to you. Let's compare these two scenarios, and then we talk about details of how we can get from scenario 1 to scenario number 2. Let's say you have 1,500 visitors per month. Scenario 1 is you have 5% conversion because of your website. Then this 5% means 75 calls. Let's say 30% of those calls convert into actually becoming a booked jobs, meaning they book them, they come to you and they take your service and you bill them or bill the insurance for them. And each patient brings you $450. Basically, you're cashing $10,150 $125 by 5% conversion. Now, this exact scenario, if you have 15% conversion, so you have checked the boxes for your website conversion. You have the trust factor, you have the clear call to action, you have the video element there, you have the chatbot element there. So you have really nailed it down, and your conversion rate is much higher than average, or than basically what it was at 5%. Then you're booking, you basically are getting 225 calls. The rest is exactly the same. 30% conversion, 67, that means 67 book jobs, the same price per patient, you're making 30,000. Basically triple the leads and revenue with the same cost that you had in your practice. The same team, you don't need to hire any new person. And you don't need to do any promotion for this. Just optimize your conversion, and that's gonna triple your website. Obviously, this is a hypothetical scenario. Numbers can vary in between 5 to 15%, but this is just to give you an idea how conversion can impact your bottom line. Now I wanna take it maybe a few seconds, 30 seconds before Zaira starts. This is my last slide before Zaira starts. And think about, why is getting your website built to convert important to you personally? Why you're sitting here listening to me, watching this webinar? Take a few seconds. I want you to have this practice with yourself while we are transitioning between me and Zaira. Zaira, while they are watching, they are thinking about why their website is so important, why website conversion is important to them. I'm going to stop sharing so you can start sharing.
Done.
And I'm going to unpin myself.
Okay. Okay. Let's continue. So hello again and welcome again. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm Zaira Alarcón, and I'm the marketing manager here at FemCare Marketing. Today, we're excited to walk you through a crucial topic, which is how to optimize your website for maximum conversion and lead flow. So Said already told us a little bit what we are going to expect from what we're doing and what we're going to achieve from optimizing the website. So we're going to tell you some of the essential actions that you have to put in place on your website to get your visitor to become a patient. But for that, I want to begin introducing you to 12 critical elements that every high converting website should have. So these are foundational components that, if implemented properly, you can turn your website visitors into actual patients. So this includes the 5 essential websites elements that Said mentioned that you have to put in place for conversion, and also includes where to place the call to actions, the phone numbers, the trust signals, and also how to re-engage visitors when they don't book on that first visit. So throughout the webinar, we're going to be exploring each of these 12 elements in more detail. Now, you might be wondering, what's that one element, or you might have wondered, what's that one element that can have the biggest impact on your overall internet marketing efforts? And without a doubt, it's your website. So why? Because every marketing channel that you're investing in, let's say SEO, you have paid ads, you have your social media, they're all ultimately leading to people to your website. And when visitors get there, 2 things need to happen. First, if you're doing SEO right, people who have never heard of you will find your website organically. And second, if your site is optimized for conversion, those visits will turn into phone calls, booked appointments, and new patients. So the real question here is your website actually set up to convert those visitors into callers or book appointments? And that's exactly what we're going to start analyzing now. So here's an example of a website that is doing well on that conversion factor. The website is of Fertility Center, a fertility clinic that we manage here at FemCare Marketing. This client is a great case study for us on how effective SEO and conversion optimization can drive real results. So if we take a look at their website performance, they are seeing 32% click-to-call ratio, which means nearly 1 in 3 visitors takes action and initiates contacts. And the organic search traffic is the strongest performing channel, driving the highest volume of users and the lowest cost per lead. So this shows how powerful it can be when your website is not only attracting the right people, but it's also set up to convert them effectively. So you might be asking, how can you get how can you get your website to convert like that, right? So now let's talk about those 5 essential website elements that turn visitors into patients. This is what we call the ultimate women's health services website conversion machine, the full name. So I invite you to go ahead and take a screenshot of this, because this is your blueprint. It outlines the key elements that your website needs to be able to start generating 2 times, 3 times, even 10 times more leads without a full redesign. So let's talk about these 5 pillars that we need. Pillar number 1, or element number 1, are the findability elements. So you have to make sure people can find you when they're searching. First of those findability elements has to be the keywords. The terms that your patients are actively searching for needs to be the ones that you're ranking for. So for example, if you have a physical therapy service in California for pelvic pain, you have to know which are the terms that your audience is looking to find in your service, not just the way you want to call it. You also have to make sure that your name, address, and phone number are clearly visible in every page. So that means, remember, name, address, and phone needs to be on the top of your website here, so they can see where are you located, what are you called, and how can they contact you. Number 3 is that your site should be fully responsive and ideally built on a WordPress platform to allow easy updates and SEO control, so you don't have to go and redo the whole website every time you want to make some tiny adjustment. And also include Google Maps on your contact page that would support your local SEO and build trust. So when someone is looking for that physical therapist near me for pelvic pain, if you have the Google Map included on your website, that's going to make Google show you even faster. Key element number 2 would be the engagement elements. These keep users interested once they have landed on your website. So the first engagement element that you have to think, it's about your messaging. Your messaging must speak directly to your ideal patient. It shouldn't talk just about you, it should talk about them. What do they need? What are they looking for? What are they struggling with? Second, it's to include real photos of your teams and facility, because stock photos don't really build connection, so make sure that you show your face out there. Number 3, make sure that your navigation is intuitive, so visitors know what to do, or they can do what they need to do in a couple clicks. And number 4, it's to add video content where it's possible. So maybe you can share a personal video, something more engaging than a block of text that probably people are not going to read. Element number 3 are the conversion elements. So this is what Said was mentioning. Where are we going to place those conversion elements, the trust elements, your phone number? So first information that you have to make sure it's here is that your phone number is on the top right corner. So it has to be always visible, no matter where they're scrolling, your phone number should always be there. Second is that you have to make sure that you have clear and visible call to actions. So don't make people guess what they need to do next. Also, you can offer lead magnets or incentives, like maybe free consultation or a downloadable guide. So you can collect their information as soon as possible, even if they have not made the decision of booking that appointment yet, but they're quite interested. Also, another conversion element is that you have to make sure that you embed a form above the fold. So make sure it's super easy to get in touch with you and it's very visible for them to find that form and contact you. And a plus from that would be to enable that 24/7 live chat, whether it's a bot or it's a WhatsApp integration with your team. It's going to facilitate that first interaction and you're going to meet them where they are. Number 4, it's going to be the technical elements. So in here, these are what make your website work and rank well on Google. So you have to make sure that you install and use Google Analytics to track the performance and make data-driven decisions. You need to submit your sitemap to Google so the pages are indexed. You have to use the right WordPress plugins for SEO, performance, and link capturing. You should enable auto-publishing to social media so you stay active without any extra efforts. And also ensure that your site speed is optimized, because a slow site loses patience. And now, what I believe is very important, or highly important, and Said already mentioned it, is to have a responsive design. Over 30 to 40% of your traffic is probably mobile. So you need to make it as easy as possible for them to contact you. So think one tap call, one tap to WhatsApp, and make it very smooth for scrolling. So make sure that it doesn't have the same amount of information that you have on your homepage when they visit from desktop, because it's going to be harder to read when they're on mobile. When they're visiting on mobile, you should give them exactly what they're looking for, a couple of videos, but very big and visible call to actions, and not so many. So that responsiveness is very important for your website. So before I move forward, I want to invite you again to take that screenshot, and let's bring each of these elements together now on the 12 critical elements for conversion. So earlier we talked about one of those most critical elements for website conversion, which is speaking directly to your target avatar. So let's go deeper into what that really means. So imagine someone like Emma. Let's say she's your ideal patient. When you're able to see the world through Emma's eyes, you can offer her the care she's been searching for, the care that she truly needs. So, but to be able to speak to Emma, you first need to understand her, right? So for that, I'm going to invite you to think of building your avatar persona and ask yourself, what's that avatar persona like? What are her goals? What are her frustrations? What kind of pain is she experiencing? What are her fears? What are her desires and dreams? So once you have thought about that, I want to give you an example. So it gives you more idea of how you can build it, right? So let's say we're working on a fertility clinic, and the ideal avatar for that clinic might look like something like this. Let's say demographics are females, occasionally male partner is also involved. Their age about 30, 45 years, married or in a commitment relationship. They're likely not to have children yet, but in their lifestyle, they're emotionally and financially invested in starting and growing their family. They're likely educated, professionals, but they're struggling to conceive, possibly for months or even years. They're feeling drained and frustrated by the process. They feel confused and overwhelmed. But you think, what are their goals and desires? They want to become pregnant. They want to have a healthy baby. But in the process, they want to find a clinic that listens to them, supports them, and guides them to get clear upfront information and realistic expectation, to be treated as a person, not as a number, right? So we can go on. But what should that look like, right? So we can say messaging that works for someone like, let's say, Emma, would be trusted by thousands of hopeful parents, results-oriented treatment plans, or we're here for you every step of the way. You're not just a number. So what would that look like on your website? You can create something simple that says your journey, priority, your fertility dreams matter. Together, we will help you on your path to parenthood, and have the information that, you know, that they said, okay, this is what I'm looking for. Maybe something more detailed, like, have you been struggling with getting pregnant for over years? It depends on how you want to connect with your patients and what actually their fears and concerns are. But you have to create that connection with them from your website, so it's easier for them to trust you. Okay, so before I move forward, I would like to invite you, not now, but write it down as a task. Spend 20 minutes, just 20 minutes, and map out your avatar persona. It would completely change how you write your website copy, your ads, your emails, everything. Because when Emma lands on the website and feels like they're talking directly to her, that's when she actually books that call. But actually, that sense of understanding from from the messaging is the first step of the 12 critical elements. Step number 2, it's being real and building instant trust. So at this point, you've already spoken directly to your target avatar. Now, they want to know you, right? They want to know who you are, if they can trust you with something as important as their health. And that's what this step is all about, authenticity. You want to be real, you want to be human, you want to build trust. You have to show your audience that there are real people behind your clinic. So in here, we invite you to use authentic photos of yourself or your team, of your practice, no stock images. Also, for being real and authentic, we invite you to leverage video and multimedia. For this step, you can share a short video, like a welcoming video or a team introduction clip. Let people hear your voice, see your face, and get a real feeling of what you're like. Walk them to your clinic or your office. You can use photos or videos so that when they walk in, they feel like they've already been there. This creates familiarity and control and reduces the hesitation of that first appointment. Next, in the 12 critical elements, is to showcase social proof. This is a deal closer, right? So when your homepage has and shows clearly your Google ratings, you're already taking that step to show, okay, this is the real me. This is what people are saying about me. So you should put it right in front for everyone to see, because that shows transparency. Don't hide it, make it a badge of trust. It should show that your patients value the care that you have provided for them, and it's going to be very valuable for other patients or new patients. If you don't have many reviews yet, that's something that we can definitely help with to invite your current or past patients to leave you new reviews. So if that's something that you need, please feel free to reach out. And here, please remember that people trust other people, not marketing claims. So writing down, like copy pasting the review on your website doesn't translate into trust. Having a budget like the one that we see in the screen that comes directly from Google and they can see directly there what the patient said about you, that actually relates to trust. Okay, so among the 12 critical elements, we included where to place call to actions, phone numbers, and trust signals. So here are some examples. So you have to make sure that you have strong and clear call to actions, and don't make visitors guess what to do. You should use simple words, very clear, like book your consultation, call now, booking, something that avoids overwhelming them with too many options. And it clearly shows the next step. So it's more effective also on your end, and the conversion is more likely to happen. As I said, make sure that your phone numbers are in the right place, top right of your website, and also make sure that they're in the footer, because people are going to look for your phone on 2 places. Very top, on the very top of the page, on the top right corner, or at the bottom in the font, on the footer. Okay. Next, Said mentioned it, and I already did with the 5 elements, but I want to emphasize in here. Mobile experience, it's everything. As I said, there are 4.8 billion users that use mobile globally. 3 out of those 5 consumers use smartphones to share for local businesses. And according to Google, 40% of people will leave and go to a competitor after a bad mobile experience. That's why this is non-negotiable. Your website has to be fully responsible. It has to have a one tap for calling or for one tap for the WhatsApp or chat access, and it needs to load quickly and display the key information without zooming or scrolling endlessly through this very long blog or something that they're not interested of. You have to make sure that it's concise and it has the main action that you want them to do, which is booking, okay? So now that we have seen this, what does this mean for your mobile? If you want people to take action, your website needs to feel authentic and familiar. You need to show your social proof up front. You need to offer clear call to actions. You need to be mobile friendly. And when a potential patient lands on your site, they should be able to call you in WhatsApp, read glowing reviews instantly, and feel like they already know you and trust you. Okay, so now that you have seen all these elements, they are very essential, but I want you to pause and reflect. I want you to honestly ask yourself, is your website truly optimized for conversion? Are you consistently bringing in organic traffic and turning that traffic into actual leads? Are your visitors filling out the forms? Are you using that live chat? Are you booking those consultations? Or are you potentially leaving dozens or even hundreds of leads on the table every month? Because the reality is this: you could be doing everything else right? You could be doing ads, you could be doing SEO, you could be doing social media. But if when they get to your website and they don't convert, you're not getting the return that you deserve. So for that, I'd like you to take action. Which of the elements that we just saw should you implement on your website that could have a big impact? So which things can you implement, let's say in the next 3 days, to improve conversion? You don't have to do it all at once. You just choose 3 small but powerful changes. Let's say I want to make my phone more prominent on my homepage. I want to add the Google ratings at the top of the homepage. I want to add recordings that of a short video that I've been thinking about. Maybe you want to rewrite your homepage and copy and make the copy more likely to speak directly to that ideal patient. So I want you to invite to choose those 3 actions, and whatever you choose, and choose something, okay? And make a plan and make it that it gives you results. Because if you take action on just 3 improvements right now, you'll already be on the path to better results, more calls, more booking, and even more patients. So write those down and let's dive into the final and most critical part of today's webinar. Let's say you've optimized your website and you have it all done. You have your phone number, forms, everything in place. Now, let's see, how do you convert those leads? We've already covered everything that you need for that, the 12 critical elements. But here is the deal breaker, and what often makes or breaks the success in healthcare practices. Most clinics don't have a clear path for what happens after the lead comes in. So this is the truth about the lost leads. 50 to 60% of inbound leads go completely unconverted. So 90% of web form submissions fail to result in actual bookings. Why is that? Because no one follows up in time. There's no structured communication plan. The patient drops off or never comes back. So here's what the data shows. If a lead isn't followed up within 15 minutes, they go cold. And it typically takes 5 to 7 follow-ups to turn a lead into a booked appointment. And today's consumer prefer text messaging than phone calls or emails. So they want WhatsApp, quick replies, flexibility. So based on that, what should you do? This froze here. If you put your effort into driving the traffic with SEO or even ads, if you have improved the conversion of your website with the right structure, and you offer a great user experience on your website, then don't let those leads slip through the cracks. A recommendation here is that you use marketing automation. Remember at the beginning, Said showed us the acceleration model, and for maximizing conversion, first one is website, second one is the ratings that you got from your website, your reputation from your website, no, from your patients, the reputation that you have based on your patient rating. And the third one is the automation. So here's what we're talking about. We want you to use that marketing automation to convert more leads. So you can set up an automation system that responds to every web form within the first 2 minutes. You can send personalized follow-ups through phone calls, even emails or text messages, even WhatsApp. And you can make that system work for you and follow up 5 or 7 times automatically without having to manually track and follow up each lead, right? So it would be amazing if you can provide a two-way chat option so the lead can easily ask a question, they can schedule. And this is how you turn your website into a lead generation from a lead conversion machine. So it's simple math. As you increase the conversion rate with automated follow-ups, you will increase your revenue and will have a more successful practice. So that's what Said was showing us at the beginning. If you have a highest conversion rate from those leads, that means at the end, you're going to get a highest revenue. So the question here is, how can you make every lead you generate more valuable? It's simple. You need a system. What we recommend and what we implement with our clients is to use a customized platform. We use Go High Level to bring all your leads touch points into a seamless experience. So why use a platform? Because it lets you automate and track everything that happens once a lead lands on your website. And here's what it likes when it's in action. Let's say someone goes to your website and fills out a form, and they're instantly added on your platform or your CRM, they're instantly added to a contact list, and that contact list triggers a confirmation email, and it says, "Thank you, Zaida, for contacting us today. One of our team members will reach out shortly." That's your first point of contact, and it was just a simple automation. You can also trigger automated WhatsApp messages powered by the chatbot to start the conversation right away, or even before the team gets on the phone. So that would save your team also a lot of time. So you can route leads based on the behavior and interest. You can send them follow-up emails, you can share educational content, you can invite them to book online, or you can re-engage with them if they go cold. So all of this keeps their leads warm, informed, engaged, right? And what makes this truly effective is that it's not just automation for the sake of automation. It's a part of a full CRM strategy built around there, right? Because if you have a clear understanding of your patient journey, timely and relevant communication, omni-channel messaging, so you're contacting them through WhatsApp or emails and phone calls, and you have it all centralized in what platform, you're going to have a pipeline visibility for your team to track lead status and follow up, and also see where you're dropping the ball. So what would be the results? You won't just generate leads. You can nurture them. You can build trust automatically. You can turn them into paying patients, which means real revenue for your practice. So now, before we finish, I want to do a summary of those 12 critical elements, right? First, speak directly to your target avatar. Your website should reflect a deep understanding of your audience's fears, frustrations, and desires. They need to feel seen and understood when they visit it. Second, you have to showcase real images. You have to show authentic photos of you, your team, your clinic, so people know who they'll be interacting with. Number 3 is to use video and multimedia. Short videos, 30, 45 seconds, are way more effective than a long block of text. You need to highlight your social proof, make it prominently all your online reviews and testimonials. Have clear call to action so people know what to do. include special offers or try to use some kind of lead magnet so they get that, they take that first step. Making sure your website is mobile friendly. Leverage a live chat so people can answer questions in real time. Maybe it's possible, that would be amazing, to enable an online booking, because people don't want to pick up the phone anymore or chat with anyone. They just want to book that appointment and get it out of the way because they're busy. And you need to optimize your site speed. So make it mobile and make it fast. And increase the engagement. So that comes after you collect their information. What's going to happen after? You want to use that marketing automation to stay engaged with your leads and make sure they actually become patients. So if you've gone through all the effort to optimize your website and drive traffic, don't leave conversion to chance. Let's make every lead count. Let's turn your website into a real growth engine for your clinic. Okay, so in case you would like some help, I'm going to ask Said to jump here and present the last few slides for me. Do you want me to keep sharing, Said?
I will share.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Zara. Very helpful, very informative. Thank you so much. Awesome. Now, I love how you give practical tips, right? This is so important and helpful when someone watches this. So that's great. Thank you. So after reviewing what we just discussed, and if you think this was great, you learned something, I'm so happy to hear that. That's what our purpose was, to make the most out of your time. So when you leave this webinar, you feel, all right, I spent my 1 hour on my business, it was useful, it was productive, I learned something new, now I'm gonna go make better decisions, quicker decisions, and grow my practice and make a lot of great changes. But you know, maybe when you are trying to do things and you are trying to make changes at some point in the future, you might think you are going to need help and you want to tap into some experts' help. If that's the case, I would like to offer our services and our company as someone that can help you grow your practice and basically execute everything we discussed here if it makes sense. So let's review what we do and who we are. We are basically FemCare Marketing. We are a marketing agency services for providing ethical and effective digital growth to women's health services, women's health clinics. We specialize in women's health marketing, so we don't do all kind of marketing and women. So we know the messaging, we know the dynamic, we know how the patients, the female patients make decisions. We develop a customer strategy based on your clinic and where you want to focus. You might need more OB patients, or you might need more pelvic pain and endometriosis patients, or you might need some other unique services, patients in your practice that you want to provide specialized care to them because that's your bread and butter, because that's your passion. You want to develop that expertise and skill for long term. So we basically customize our strategies based on your plan and your weaknesses and strengths. Our approach is patient-centered messaging because we think about the patients. You know, my background, I'm an MD, and Zara is a digital marketing master. So together we have a patient-oriented marketing, which is ethical and very authentic around the practice, around the facts and realities, no snake oil marketing. And what we do, we provide proven results, right? More visibility, more inquiries, more growth. And we truly believe if you take care of basics in efficient and in a nice way, it's going to deliver the best results. So we take care of the basics and we deliver the highest, most advanced technique in delivering the basics. And also we are an end-to-end agency. We provide the full funnel. You want to do SEO, you want to do ads, or you want to improve your lead conversion, or even you want to increase the referral by your patients, basically post-procedure satisfaction. Even that is somewhere that we can help you automate and send constant education and reminder to your patient to keep them engaged and get them to bring more patients and more community members to you. That's what we can do. That's basically our our strategy, and our firm is only focused on doing these things. And if you need us, we would be happy to help. All you need to do is to go to femcaremarketing.com. I need to fix this, femcaremarketing.com/consult. So then you can basically book a consultation with our team or call this number. What we can do, we can review your marketing plan, your online marketing plan. First, we can start with analysis of your web conversion effectiveness based on the framework that we discussed, but also we can analyze every part of your visibility, your Instagram, your keywords, the directory listings, your reputation, in general, your social media presence. So we can review, we can focus on some areas of your practice that is your priority and give you a review and analysis. You just need to go to this link, femcaremarketing.com/consult, to book an appointment with us, and we will take care of the rest. So with that, thank you so much. If you have any question, you can send it here or drop a comment under the video that you are watching. I hope you found this conversation, this discussion which we presented in a webinar helpful, and I hope you got something out of it. And this 1 hour will help you improve your business, improve the business of your practice, right? That's what I want you to do. Think about your practice as a business. It's a business unit that sometimes you need to get out of it as the CEO, as the owner, and see where you need to focus more and fix it. Sometimes it's in the operation of helping patients, sometimes it's in the operation of bringing more patients. So this is your time. I hope you got something out of it. And please feel free to reach out to us and let us know if we can help. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.